Take care of the money you have with free checking from Washington Mutual.
It's amazing, and it really works.
The amazing forklift. Order now and we'll include the really big spoon free. That's different. That's Washington Mutual.
Goddess of the sea, come with me and explore the depths of the great cocktail.
Get away from me, you frogman.
No, I am Jacques, world-renowned oceanographer and TV star.
Oh, Jacques, let's see how well you can swim.
Curiously, my tiny plastic body does not float so good.
Why you may want to cancel travel plans to the Gulf of Mexico tonight.
Tonight,
we, the jury, find the defendant, Orenthal James Simpson, not guilty of the crime of murder.
O.J., the verdict.
Justice was not served.
From Hollywood.
Where's the kid going? It's just a real sad day.
I mean, he's got to feel spectacular.
To New York. It was the moment the world stood still.
O.J. Simpson has gotten away with murder.
O.J. Simpson, the football star, the celebrity, the fallen hero, and now a free man.
O.J. Simpson could not, did not, would not have committed this crime.
They were members of the O.J. jury. Now they reveal why the 12 men and women set O.J. free.
The Mark Furman tapes may have been the impact.
If there's a black-white issue, it's going to be race.
Plus,
I couldn't imagine them not being there.
They are the littlest victims in the O.J. Simpson case. O.J. and Nicole's 2 young children forced now to live with a scarred past and an uncertain future.
There's just a lot of mending and healing that needs to take place there.
This is not going to be a happy ending.
With their father now a free man, we find out what's ahead for the littlest Simpsons.
O.J. Simpson button.
I wish I had the discipline not to watch it.
For over a year, the O.J. Simpson case has been America's obsession.
I find it amazing when people say, gee, I hear so much, I can't bear it, but I'm the other way.
The jokes, the movies, the 15 minutes of fame.
What is it with the hair?
E.T. takes a look back at the trial of the century.
I love Judge Ito. I even grew a beard in honor of Judge Ito.
This is Entertainment Tonight for Tuesday, October 3rd, 1995. O.J. Simpson's first night back home as a free man, greeted in his driveway with a hug from best friend Al Cowlings.
But from Hollywood to New York, America is not yet free of its obsession with O.J. Good evening, everybody. I'm Mary Hart.
And I'm John Tesh. And with the verdict, the trial of the century became the TV event of all time, with E.T.'s team of correspondents right in the middle of the action. Let's begin with Bob Goen.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Orenthal James Simpson, not guilty of the crime of murder in violation of Penal Code Section 187A, a felony upon Nicole Brown Simpson, a human being.
As the verdict was read, the eyes of the world were focused on O.J. Simpson, not guilty of the murders of his ex-wife Nicole and her friend Ronald Goldman. He seemed relieved but surprisingly reserved as he hugged his lawyer, Johnny Cochran. Others in the courtroom let their emotions flow, however. His son Jason dissolved into tears. The prosecution team and the Brown family were stunned, and Ron Goldman's family openly broke down sobbing.
Juror number 11, as to count 2, is this your verdict?
Shortly after the verdict, O.J. was escorted by sheriff's deputies back to his Rockingham estate, the first time in nearly a year and a half as a free man. There to greet him was his longtime friend, Al Cowlings. But back at the courtroom, the defense team and Simpson family met the press, and a composed Jason read a statement from O.J.
I'm relieved that this part of the incredible nightmare that occurred on June 12, 1994 is over. But when things have settled a bit, I will pursue, as my primary goal in life, the killer or killers who slaughtered Nicole and Mr. Goldman.
But prosecutor Christopher Darden was overcome after losing his case, and he broke down in front of the media, while Fred Goldman was devastated.
I will forever be proud of my son and my family. Thank you.
As O.J. Simpson heard his verdict of not guilty, what was going through his mind? The football star has to rebuild his life, reconcile with his children, and try to become a hero again.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Orenthal James Simpson, not guilty of the crime of murder.
As the dramatic not guilty verdict was read inside the courtroom, the scene out here outside the county courthouse erupted into mayhem.
I believe that system finally worked.
And maybe justice did prevail here today.
I think it's unfair. I think he's guilty.
The reaction from around the country and around the world was no less powerful. The Jumbotron at Times Square in New York City provided the verdict. The reaction again? Jubilation.
Great verdict. It was a great verdict. I didn't believe he did it in the beginning.
I feel the prosecution did not prove their case.
Hitting the newsstands was the first afternoon edition of the New York Post in over 30 years. The studio audience at the Sally Jesse Raphael show seemed overjoyed, but Sally herself was angry.
I'm disappointed. I thought he was guilty.
So this historic not guilty verdict will be a very dramatic page in the history books, and I'm sure everyone will remember where they were the day O.J. Simpson became a free man once again. John, Mary, back to you.
Thank you, Bob. When the verdict came in today, action on TV and movie sets stopped, and the stars, like everybody else, were glued to television. Pat O'Brien has a sample of the reaction from around Hollywood.
It's just a real sad day.
Yeah. Even showbiz took a backseat to the trial as 90210 cast and crew members gathered around tiny monitors to watch the verdict.
Simpson not guilty of the crime.
Shock is the only way to describe the reaction to today's verdict.
Pretty astonishing, actually. I'm not sure exactly how I feel about the whole thing. What I do know is that it's over, and I guess just trying to accept what the jury came up with.
Well, I hope that is justice.
Watch your backs, please.
Either way.
Football star Steve Young, who plays for O.J.'s former team, the 49ers, is guest starring on the show. He says O.J.'s got to be loving this victory.
He's got to feel spectacular, you know. That's a long, drawn-out process, though, isn't it?
The reaction here on the set of Beverly Hills 90210 was not unlike reaction all across Hollywood. Here in Dreamtown, reality had set in at 10 o'clock Pacific time.
Orenthal James Simpson not guilty of the crime of murder in violation of Penal Code Section 187.
And reality hit hard on the set of Courthouse as the stars watched the verdict come down. Series star Brad Johnson was so upset with the jury's decision, he walked off the set. And for Jennifer Lewis and Nia Peebles, it was an emotional moment.
My heart goes out to the families, mostly. And though the evidence to me was overwhelming. So that's all I can say.
I think O.J. was guilty, whether he was found guilty today or not.
Hollywood loves a blockbuster, and there wasn't anything bigger than this today. From the early dawn hours to the end of production, the only script they cared about was the one the jury had written. John, Mary?
You know, Pat, earlier you were mentioning that you clearly remember the other great trials of the century, too. For example, the Manson trial. You were around for those. How does the reaction compare to you?
Well, you know, I thought I'd seen everything when Patty Hearst got out of prison in Northern California, about 300 cameras there and about 1,000, 2,000 news people. But this was something that gripped everybody. But I might point out that about 15 minutes after they said not guilty, the director said, roll them.
Thank you, Pat.
Thank you. Of course, two innocent young people were caught in the middle of the O.J. case, but now, can they have a normal life? Coming up, the children.
They want to enjoy life. They don't want to stay where you are and dwell on what's happened.
What happens to Justin and Sydney Simpson now that their father is a free man?
Hi, I'm Cato Kalin.
Plus, from Cato's cash-in to the star's O.J. obsessions.
I wish I had the discipline not to watch it.
The trial of the century was the circus of the century and will take you on the whole weird ride.
Managing a family is like managing a business.
But moms don't get sick days.
There are deadlines,
You're late.
cash flow issues.
Milk money. Thanks, Mom.
So when coughs interfere, moms reach for the fast, soothing relief of Robitussin.
I trust Robitussin. It works.
In fact, it's the brand doctors and pharmacists recommend most. Now Mom can handle crucial management decisions.
Mom, can we keep him?
Robitussin, recommended by Dr. Mom.
The O.J. Simpson case dominated American life for a year and a half. We'll see how bizarre it got coming up on E.T.
JCPenney is pleased to announce a radical innovation for your home. Sheets.
The first wrinkle-free 100% cotton sheets by Classic Traditions. Right out of the dryer, these all-cotton sheets are soft, comfortable, and never need ironing. Their special design allows them to fit today's fuller mattresses. Just look for wrinkle-free sheets and a whole lot more right now during our white sale, where you'll uncover great savings on almost everything for your home.
I trained my boy McNeely to go toe-to-toe with the champ, and he did for 89 seconds. He didn't back down from any combinations thrown at him, and he ain't backing down from this one.
There's a new stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut. Not just cheese, but pepperoni baked right into the crust.
So good you'll eat it backwards. Show 'em, kid.
Oh, boy. The new 1-2 combination cheese and pepperoni stuffed crust pizza.
Hey, McNeely, how many slices am I holding?
Did you get the gun?
Yeah. Dangerous. She's like a volcano. Sexy.
Today was a hot one.
Outrageous.
You've got to be able to do things ordinary people wouldn't do.
Nicole Kidman gives the best performance of the year.
Who do you think is very brave?
The most exhilarating American movie since Pulp Fiction is To Die For. Rated R. At theaters Friday.
The look of fall is here. Feel it in the air. It's changing all around you. The look of fall is here. See it everywhere. Misty mornings and a world that's turning gold, yeah. Oh, I love the fall.
The look of fall. You'll find it at Fred Meyer.
Tomorrow on Entertainment Tonight, Lonnie Anderson, her new book, Bashes Bert, and E.T. has a sneak peek at what's between the pages.
Reached into a drawer and pulled out a gun and handed it to her and said, "Here, why don't you do us all a favor and kill yourself?"
Lonnie on Bert. Plus,
the show was floundering. They needed new blood.
Look out, George, Eric, and Noah. There are some new ER hunks in the OR, and they have pulses racing.
I figured we should have a little quality time.
That's tomorrow. The O.J. story and the trial held the nation in suspense for more than a year, with millions following the events on television. But the greatest impact falls on the shoulders of two small children named Sydney and Justin. Here's ET correspondent Jerry Grant.
They're a package. They play together. They love each other. They take baths together. It's just, I couldn't imagine them not being there.
Sydney and Justin, who have lived with Nicole's parents since the killings, are the little victims. Their mother was brutally murdered, and until now, their father was on trial for the crime.
I have 4 kids, 2 kids I haven't seen in a year. They ask me every week, Dad, how much longer? How is this trial over?
Now the trial is over, and a new battle begins. Will O.J. get custody of his kids? His older son, Jason, read a statement today saying that may be what O.J. wants.
My first obligation is to my young children, who will be raised the way that Nicole and I had always planned.
Experts say the acquittal does not make their return automatic. Attorney Eleanor Alter represented Mia Farrow in her custody fight with Woody Allen. She says Simpson's now public history of spousal abuse could tilt the courts toward the Browns.
You often will get children who are not given to a parent where there's been spousal abuse because the children either are aware of it or they feel that that's a bad example. So if the Browns decide to keep the children or desire to, then there's going to be quite a custody fight.
Child psychologist Meredith Hockmeyer says the children will need major therapy to cope with their personal tragedy.
Whatever doubts they may have about the father, regardless of what the court decision is, they're going to have to resolve. I think the kid's going to need treatment. I think they're going to need treatment with O.J.
A safe haven for the Simpson kids has always been with the Browns. Local stores have covered up tabloids. The children aren't allowed to watch TV, and every so often, Dominique has taken Justin and Sydney to visit their mother's grave.
They want to see life and they want to enjoy life. They don't want to stay where you are and dwell on what's happened. I didn't realize that they hugged me so much. And they're that way with all of us. There are a lot of hugs, there are a lot of kisses, there are a lot of prayers. And it's just, they're real close. There's a lot of love, and I know that's something that she really taught them.
When I spoke with Dominique Brown earlier this year, she told me she had virtually taken over the role of mother to Sydney and Justin. She's happy the Browns have been able to provide a safe, loving environment for the kids, and they are a big part of a caring and supportive family. John, Mary?
I guess the question is, do the Browns, Jerry, have any legal hold over the children? Very
interesting. O.J. agreed to give the Browns temporary custody after his arrest. Then in July of '94, they filed for permanent legal guardianship. O.J. agreed to temporary legal guardianship last year, and this is very important, until, quote, he was able to resume his legal and physical custody upon release from incarceration. There could be a court battle, but the Browns may not have a leg to stand on.
Right. Okay, Jerry.
Thank you very much. Since the 12th of June, 1994, media madness over the O.J. Simpson story has been nonstop. Even the war in Bosnia and the bombing in Oklahoma City took a back seat on the network evening newscasts. It was ground zero of a multimedia explosion, and E.T.'s Mark Steinis has the story.
Mr. Simpson, are you a suspect?
911, what are you reporting? This is AC. I have O.J. in the car.
For more than a year, the entire world has been captivated by the circus of the Simpson case. ET cameras were there to lead you down the often strange path of the so-called trial of the century.
I find it amazing when people say, gee, I hear so much, I can't bear it, but I'm the other way.
O.J. Simpson, bud!
I wish I had the discipline not to watch it.
I love Judge Ito. I even grew a beard in honor of Judge Ito.
This trial redefined the word bizarre. It brought new meaning to the term celebrity.
Billy Bartlett, commanding officer's office.
An O.J. Simpson TV movie wrapped before the trial began. The DA's dues made headlines, and sworn testimony created household names like Lopez and Furman. But for one key player, the O.J. saga meant a step into the limelight.
Action! Hi, I'm Kato Kalin.
Are you that Kato dude?
What is it with the hair?
E.T. showed you the media obsession that had tabloids gruesomely recreating the murder scene for a public that couldn't get enough. From comic books to card games, T-shirts to trading cards, a trashy new industry was booming alongside the Simpson case, and its goods ranged from the bold...
Hi, this is O.J. Thanks for using the juice line.
...to the truly tasteless.
Why is O.J. getting married again? He wants to take another stab at it.
Even reporters got taken in by the sideshow and souvenirs.
I go check to see how the sales are going.
Hi, I'm O.J. Simpson on the set of my new movie, Frogman, here in beautiful San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Of course, it is O.J. Simpson's star status that kept this a Hollywood story. No other defendant has had a bestseller from behind bars or earned a fortune autographing memorabilia in jail.
Our most popular item today is the O.J. Simpson Pro Football Hall of Fame ball, and this item sells for $299.
The verdict is in, but outside the courthouse, the circus was far from over. What does O.J. do now is anyone's guess. The one thing is sure, we'll all be watching. In terms of O.J. books, one publishing insider told us this is just the start of the second half, and whichever juror gets their story out first will be the big seller. Lead defense lawyer Johnny Cochran can probably expect the bestseller, but the big loser may be lead prosecutor Marcia Clark. If her side had won, her book could have been the biggest, but not now. John and Mary?
I disagree. I think Marcia Clark's I'm more interested in hearing her story.
I absolutely agree with you, John. I would disagree with that publisher, in other words, too, Mark.
Well, it's all been a big business for many people over the last year.
And the biggest winner stands to be O.J. I mean, heaven only knows. We haven't seen the end of this yet. Thank you, Mark.
And we will hear from him.
Thanks, Mark. We'll be back in a minute with more coverage on this, the O.J. Simpson verdict.
To all the moms whose kids get up early every day, go to school, yet still have time to help around the house, we offer a special way to celebrate their efforts with Nutella.
Nutella's delicious combination of hazelnuts, skim milk, and a touch of cocoa gives it the taste that turns ordinary bread into something extraordinary. Share a little Nutella. Spread something special.
When you've been in the heating and cooling business 100 years, you learn some trade secrets, like always work with the best people.
I'm Katrina with Eastside Heating and Air Conditioning.
People who are dependable and loyal.
Call us. We'll be there for you.
Offer high-quality products and always keep improving.
Eastside Heating and Air carries Lennox high-efficiency systems.
And if you're going to be around 100 years, lay off the cupcakes and invest in a good hat.
Lennox, 5,000 independent dealers, 100 years of service. One less thing to worry about.
I remember the first time I met my sister's fiancé.
It's a great little place you got here.
He was intelligent.
Naturally, I became a neurosurgeon.
He was charming.
To eternal beauty, may it illuminate your hearts forever.
Oh. He was really starting to bug me. And I felt like telling my sister that this guy was not a bad guy, really.
Here's to each and every day. Sutter Home.
Live from Nashville,
Reba McEntire.
It's the spectacular celebration of America's music.
Alan Jackson, Dolly Parton, Brooks and Dunn.
Don't miss the most performances by the most stars of any award show.
Mary Chapin Carpenter, Cam Tillis, George Strait.
Join in the excitement as superstars gather to celebrate the best of country music.
Patty Loveless, John Berry,
and many more.
Thank you so much.
Vince Gill hosts the CMA Awards live Wednesday.
The nation stood still as the O.J. Simpson verdicts came in, but one small group watched with special interest. The former jurors, two of them, Willie Craven and Jeanette Harris, sat down with us here at the ET Studios in Hollywood.
We asked them to help us understand the decision their former colleagues had made.
Here's what they told us.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Orenthal James Simpson, not guilty of the crime of murder.
Their initial reaction to the verdict was cool and calm, and had she remained on the jury, Jeanette Harris told me she would have voted the same way.
I would have voted not guilty.
Really?
Yeah.
But as we spoke more about the case, Harris revealed that race may have played a huge role in the jury's deliberations.
Did you ever feel when you were on the panel that there was an issue of race involved?
Yeah, I think race was very prevalent throughout the trial. I couldn't see. There were times when different attorneys would get up from the selection process throughout the trial where they would say, don't think of race, and that baffled me because race was an issue.
How was it an issue?
Well, the mere fact that people got up and said race is not an issue,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it raised a red flag for me.
Listening to you talk about race as it applies to this trial, it seems that I'm hearing that the whole Furman testimony and contempt actually, and the tapes was a real turning point.
I believe so. I believe that, like I said, if you wanted to buy into the prosecution's case, you could have, but that question mark was definitely there.
Harris also had high praise for Simpson's defense team, saying they clearly impressed the jurors.
Mr. Simpson was blessed to have the opportunity to have such counsel, and I think that people that aren't allowed that because of financial situations it's not unfair to them. It's just, I feel sorry for them, but I don't think that people of financial means, because they're rich or whatever, should have to apologize for being wealthy. I feel he earned his money. He was in a situation, he could afford the dream team, and he got the dream team.
Do you think the prosecution was outgunned?
Without a doubt. I think the defense had the best criminal minds in the country, and they had a job to do, and they ended up proving it.
And dismissed juror Willie Craven told me the defense did a better job, even though it meant playing the controversial race card in court.
It's going to become race. You know, you could bury your head in the sand and say, well, no, it's not race. But if there's a black-white issue, it's going to be race. That's just the way things are.
As for the turning points in the case, Craven also points to the racist remarks made by former L.A. police detective Mark Furman.
I think that was a key, along with the fact that the gloves didn't fit.
Next, both Craven and Harris will join other jurors in a docudrama and mock trial on the case. However, attorney Milton Grimes tells ET he doesn't think the jurors are out to cash in now that the trial's over.
They were unanimous in their verdict, but I don't think they're going to be unanimous in the pursuit of any type of profits to be made.
Producers of the docudrama, The Verdict, Justice in America, say it should be ready to air in about 2 weeks.
We'll be right back.
New traffic signals on the Sunset Highway could make your commute smoother in the morning. We'll explain at 11. I'm Mike Donahue. A new diet could help prevent prostate cancer. What you should eat, only on News Center 6, tonight at 11.
Nobody plays more music than JJ.
Rock my world, little country girl.
Back-to-back Better Country, 99.5 KWJJ.
Life says it all. Could you, would you, ain't you gonna? If I ask you, would you wanna be my baby tonight?
Yeah, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, never knew how much that muddy water meant to me.
Back-to-back Better Country, 99.5 KWJJ.
That's right.
Like I said, this place, it speaks to me. There's the ocean, the sand, the sky, the oneness with nature. All that the Great Spirit has given us, which is beautiful.
Yeah, you're right. The gaming center should go right over there.
Tomorrow, something new in the special U.S. Senate election. New ballots that reduce several pages into one. But are they really easier for you to read or just a money saver for the county? We'll find out tomorrow on News Center 6 at 5.
Here are the stars celebrating birthdays today. Jack Wagner of Melrose Place is 36. Actor and director Hart Bachner is 39.
Former Fleetwood Mac star Lindsey Buckingham is 46. Also today, singer Chubby Checker is 54.
Production assistance furnished by the GM MasterCard. If you want to save money toward the new GM car or truck of your dreams, don't forget your GM card, today's financial vehicle. It has been a highly charged, thought-provoking, and very emotional day for everyone, not just downtown at the courthouse. One that we'll likely never forget.
Thank you for being with us, everybody. Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Please don't let this make you lose faith in our system.
I knew that my son was innocent, and I had the support of so many people all over the world. And I know that prayer of the righteous availeth much, and I believed in that.
He could only talk about going home and seeing his children.
Simpson just got out of the car, and he's hugging his best friend, the one who drove the van, the Bronco, in the original tour of the streets and freeways of Los Angeles.
This is not a time for celebration. That this is a time for the American people to reflect upon our system of justice.
I'm not bitter, and I'm not angry.
I think you should always remember, though, you have two families, the Brown family and the Simpson family, and we are two families, and we have two children that we love.
Your local Northwest Ford dealer proudly presents a Ranger for all seasons, starring America's #1 selling compact truck, Ford Ranger, featuring aluminum wheels, chrome rear bumper, and more. Lease a new 95 2.3-liter regular cab Ranger XLT for just $190.